Hello, welcome to the virtual reflection of Unit OPM4000 Principles of Managing Projects, which is also supposed to be assignment 4.
How did your creation of knowledge correspond to a unified model of dynamic knowledge creation? Nanaka, Toyama and Kano propose a model of knowledge creation consisting of 3 elements. 1. The SESI process. 2. The shared context, and 3.
The SESI process has 4 modes of knowledge conversion: 1. Socialization, 2. Externalization, 3. Combination, and 4. Internalization.
Socialization. I refer socialization to our first day of the workshop, where we all are experienced professional and MPM cohort sharing the tacit knowledge to one another, performing dialogues and expressing different views on the subjects and the course, which refers to the tacit knowledge accumulation part. Also, we had a lecture from Dr. Sarah on the same day as well, who can refer to be the external expert for us. Interacting with her can be the extra firm social information collection part of the socialization. We have had the feedback sessions, poster presentations demonstrating the work we are undertaking to present main deliverable. These sessions allowed every one of us to gain some new strategies which can be related to intra-firm social information collection. Some of the groups had executed great work while developing the different tools we advised to create, which had created an environment of professionalism in the work we were doing. For example, the presentations. This demonstrates the transfer of tacit knowledge, which is the objective of socialism. Using the tacit knowledge gained in socialization, our project team was created, which was also had a base of the online module of high-performing team. So here we used the abductive thinking and managed to create a team which can perform to the expectations. Combination. All the project teams have developed the value propositions with the help of external data such as guest lectures and internet, and internal data such as members' ideas and knowledge. Based on that, as a project team, we came up with the strategy to address the project, which can relate to acquisition and integration. We as a project team developed business canvas, product breakdown structure, acceptance criteria and success criteria, which is a part of synthesis and processing. In the dissemination section, we can relate to the process of presenting the charter to the sponsors in our creation of knowledge, which is newly created. Internalization. We can relate the internalization process by getting feedback from the members of our own team after the combination and specially dissemination process, which somehow leads to new values and thoughts towards the product and give the tacit knowledge after. This is how my creation of knowledge relate to the SESI process during the project, but there is one important thing was missing here, and it is context. We haven't related this information to the context, and thus it doesn't seem appropriate. Originating BA is defined by individual and face-to-face interaction. Mainly offers a context for socialization. Dialoguing BA is defined by the collective and face-to-face interaction. It mainly offers a context for externalization. This is where team members know about each. Exercising BA is also defined by individual and virtual interactions. It offers the context of internalization. Systemizing BA is defined by collective and virtual interactions. It offers the context of combination. The third element of the process is knowledge assets, which are of 4 types as shown in the picture. I closely relate the process of my knowledge creation to the process described thus far. Knowledge vision was developed at the initial stage of the project itself during the first day of the workshop, which led the team to develop and redefine CA, which can relate to the formation of teams and business and brainstorming about value prop. Knowledge vision led us to the process of SESI, or I can say before the clear vision the socialization had begun. The output of SESI was the base of the knowledge, so the loop formed between the knowledge assets and SESI. through aligning the knowledge vision to the context. The context had become more powerful, and in that context all processes took place. Here the knowledge vision was the forest bathing, and all project teams have successfully conducted all the SESI phases and developed knowledge assets as well. Reflection 2. How did uncertainty affect the planning and the implementation of the uncertainty of the project deliverables can affect the planning and implementation in manifold ways. Talking about the project context, we were in the uncertainty about various things like customer segments, locations, value propositions, which lead us in a lot of fuss. We as a team were developing the project charter, and there was a confusion about the value proposition first. We figured it out, but then the procedure led another confusion. Now, the situation has become such worse that we all were on the same page with value proposition, but not all the members were certain about how we would do that. The challenge about the uncertainty in the project is it directly reflects in the process, even not at an instant but somewhere or someone can feel the effect. Key stakeholder will not know directly if there is any uncertainty which is internal, but they will eventually found when they will ask for the deliverable. That will be the massive failure in terms of acceptance criteria. There are different types of uncertainty, which are variation, foresee, unforeseen, and chaos. From all of these, unforeseen cannot be identified during the planning phase. The planning can be on a broader level if there is uncertainty taking place, is what I felt from the experience I had doing the project, but the implementation cannot beat the success standard if it exists. And our project has the value proposition of the adventure activities which are prioritized by students themselves, which is uncertainty, and thus it can affect the implementation drastically. Factors like not available resources and not enough people can be the biggest barriers of the implementation. Although foreseen uncertainty and variation can be analyzed, the project about forest bathing was something new to me. The concept of nature killer cells and the procedure of analyzing the effect of forest bathing was a complete experience in terms of a satisfactory analysis. One positive lesson I learned from this workshop and unit is even if we haven't provided the value propositions and customer segment, we can analyze the business and deliver the project effectively. That is the use of business canvas during the development of the project charter is the lesson that will stay with me during the complex projects to minimize the complexity of the project. The design thinking was also very useful phenomenon which will help me further in the big scale project. We have studied the product breakdown, the structure in OPM4000 too, but somehow when we were asked to develop a product breakdown structure we confused between work breakdown structure and product breakdown structure. I got a lesson to give attention to every tool and list it down with the application of the same, so, in future, there shouldn't be any confusion. The one surprising lesson was found in the reflection submitted by Professor regarding the 3-minute pitch, in which there was a small conversation mentioned and referred to logos argument. It was really surprising to see someone arguing with passion at the project charter presentation, and the peers, sponsors are going speechless without going on with any facts. I think the team should have done better work at the fog section, which is brainstorming. I felt that we had taken the obvious solution and updated according to the aim of the project. Revenue stream should be more specified. I still trying to understand the conversion of knowledge in our project execution phase. Our team should have performed the project with a bit more specific value proposition and business analysis. In my future projects, I will relate myself with the knowledge creation process, which will help me to understand it better. The high-performing module has broadened up my knowledge about the project team cycle, life cycle stages, and uncertainty topics have provided me in-depth knowledge for delivering the project. In my future projects, more specific tools will be used and the design thinking approach will lead the project in the initial stage. Thank you.